I'm young, but I'm not going to back down from anyone. I'm just going to play hard. Who knows?
Hey guys, today we are here to celebrate the life of Kobe Bryant and just talk about the devastating news that happened last week, last weekend.
Last
The,
week.
yeah,
Seems like time might have went fast, but just a week ago, we got this news, and it kind of hit home hard for a lot of us. So we're just here. We want to talk about the life, the loss, the legacy, and just see what feedback you guys have. See how our community's feeling about this tragedy.
yeah, you guys, it hit us pretty hard. I believe it was January 26th when we got the news. Kobe was going to a tournament with his 13-year-old daughter. It was the Mamba Sports Academy, which I believe they named that. You know, Kobe Bryant's nickname on the court was the Black Mamba, and
So they may name that tournament after him.
well, the whole academy center, that whole sports complex, I believe, was named after him. It's called the Mamba Sports Academy, and they were on their way to this tournament, and it was supposed to be a quick game, like a real quick thing. From what I'm hearing, it was not supposed to be an all day event. They were just supposed to, play this quick game and head back. And we got the devastating news that that helicopter did not make it due to the weather. It was supposed to have been.
Yeah.
What do you know about that?
So it was going to be a quick comeback, go, let's come back type of deal, which I'm sure they're used to doing. Hopping helicopters is very normal for them. So, but also, you guys, they had no equipment inside of the helicopter. They did not have the boxes. They didn't have the sound box. They didn't have
They didn't have a black box.
the equipment.
They didn't have the sound recording device. So that helicopter, even though it was a very good helicopter, they were missing some things that could have saved their life. They also, I believe they did have GPS though. At one point, they think that the pilot lost visual because of the fog, and that he was he was trying to go off like the highway.
Yeah.
He was looking at the highway and trying to follow everything, but the fog was too much, and the clouds were thick that day. And witnesses, they remember, they said they saw smoke, they heard the engine sputtering, and they heard a thug, and I believe they crashed on a hillside.
Yeah, and it did come down. I don't know, to actually look at the footage. There is some footage where where they show the helicopter coming down. It was spinning out of control. Not very many turns before it hit the ground. So I'm assuming they were as low as they could get below turbulence already. So that's the number one thing you want to do. But after that, it just, it was out of control. Spin around a few times, and pretty much there was nothing that could be done. There could have been prevention before, of course.
Yeah.
That was not done. I don't know what actually made them really decide to still go with that flight, though.
Yeah, a lot of helicopters were told not to fly that day, and they don't understand why did this pilot. Now, this pilot was a very good pilot, by the way. He was an instructor. He had 20 years of flying experience. So it's not like this pilot didn't know what he was doing. I mean, this pilot knew how to fly. So they still don't understand why would he chance it. Other pilots that flew with Kobe said that Kobe was never put pressure on anyone.
Right.
They said he never put pressure on me to fly if conditions were bad, and that's not how he was. So a lot of investigators still don't know why this helicopter even was in the air when all the other ones were not. You guys, I wanted to take a moment, if we can just get a moment of silence for Kobe, you guys. And I want to play a clip for you guys in remembrance of Kobe.
Who knows? Dear Kobe. Dear Kobe. Dear Kobe.
Dear Kobe.
Dear Kobe, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kobe Bean. Kobe, thank you, man.
Dear Kobe, thank you.
Thank you for your passion, your commitment, and dedication to basketball.
Thank you for showing us that the number 24 isn't just a number on your jersey, but the amount of hours in the day that you have to devote to the game to be the best.
Thank you for giving and giving and giving.
Thank you for pushing through when your body says no, but your heart said yes.
So that's a little video the NBA actually put that together for Kobe Bryant. Watching that video, it just reminds me of back in the day when he was only 17 in high school and teams are already wanting to draft him. It was amazing. I mean, he gave so many dreams and hopes to young kids that had a dream of the NBA. He was that dream. And
he had a real good attitude, a real good outlook on life. It seemed like no matter what, his goal was to stay steady. No matter what held him down, what got in his way, he still kept his head on straight, no matter how much heat he was under, no matter what he did behind closed doors at home. The message he wanted us to know as people who support him, who look up to him. Guys, he has been in our households. He was drafted in '96.
I think he was 18. Yep, and then I believe he got traded to the Lakers not too long after.
The Lakers actually did a legacy for him last night. Give it up for the Lakers because they did do their best, you guys. They stayed in there. They lost by this much. So we still gonna give it up to them because they stayed in there, you know. And who knows what they're going through, you guys.
Oh yeah,
these are all people like.
I'm sure it was hard for them to really play.
To even have to go play a game, you know, during the middle of this, and him not being laid to rest. I don't know about you guys. A lot of times, my closure comes after the funeral.
Yeah.
During the middle of the funerals and waiting periods, it almost feels like life can't go on. If you guys noticed, his wife has been very quiet. His family's been very quiet, you guys.
Did she make any statements? Do you know?
I have not heard of her, actually. There is something going on. I did read a short little thing today. There is something going on. It did say what's really going on with Kobe's wife. Also, the family of the 7 or 8 other passengers. You guys, this is a big loss, especially when it's unexpected, let alone, you guys, we try to prepare ourselves in life for losses of loved ones.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen that way. How do you
prepare to lose such a legend?
And then on top of that, so unexpectedly. I mean, basketball life is short, you guys. The span of a basketball, football, any type of player like that, probably 35. You know, I think he did pretty good. He just 2016 he retired. He was just going to begin his life, you guys.
Oh yeah. And he was excited to be coaching his daughter.
He was.
He was very happy, you know, doing what he wanted to do. Man.
That little girl wanted to be just like her dad. And you can tell the love that they had, the bond that they shared was like no other. That was probably his little boy he never had. He grew up in the households with us. We all had our starter jackets, our Hornet jackets, our Bulls, you know. So his life was honestly just beginning. He started his career early. He got up. He did what he had to do. His thing was stay steady. He did all that. He doesn't really care. He didn't really care what people thought about him, as long as he made the right choices in life. And you guys, that's a big thing I have to give to him, because he was accused of sexual assault with the 19-year-old lady.
I remember that. That
back
was
in 2003.
Yeah, wasn't that early on in his career?
It was.
Almost devastated.
Kind of early on, but a lot of people are controversy over that. You know, you're hearing a lot of things. Well, he's a raper. He is not a raper. He was never charged with rape. He was charged with sexual assault. And this 19-year-old young lady, it was proved that she was trying to tarnish his career.
Yeah, the charges were dropped, right? I mean,
I think I want to say September 1st of 2004.
Yeah, she refused to testify, I believe. So.
It was at a hotel. She was like a hotel clerk at one of the hotels they were staying at.
Yeah,
and of course, you know, he has money, young girl. She sees an opportunity. It did take long, I'm going to say honestly, so there is a lot of controversy, but we're going to clear that up. He was never accused, he was never charged, and it was never a rape situation. It was, she did say rape, but the charge was sexual assault, and it was dropped. So He's no raper by far. He was a good person. All the people that lost their life, you guys, if words could express, we have no idea how these families feel at the end of the day. So all we can do is carry this man's name and honor it. He was a legacy. He touched a lot of people.
He was definitely one of the greats in the NBA. You know, right there with Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Isaiah Thomas.
Iverson.
Yeah, he will be up there, and his skill was amazing. There was a time where he scored his very last game. He scored like 60 points right before he was retired. 60 points.
He saved the best for last. Look,
in his best game, I believe he scored 81 points.
That's a lot, you guys. That's like
almost close to Jordan
game by yourself, almost, when you think about it.
81 points, one man. I mean, that is amazing.
It really, truly is. When I first heard the news, you guys, I'm not a basketball fan. I'm very familiar with the names, the people, you know, but it did kind of touch me. You know, it does hurt. The tragedy, the way that it happened. Life is short, you guys. We are not entitled to tomorrow. Do you think when he got on this plane with his daughter, he thought, no, he was just literally beginning to live his life. He worked hard for where he has gotten at 41 years old. You're taking her and her friend. What harm could that cause? You hop on your airplane, your private jet, your helicopter, which you do it all the time.
Yeah, they use helicopter for like a means of transportation for everything.
Very normal for them.
You know, they're not trying to get in traffic and wait. So a helicopter for transportation was very common.
I'm going to suggest, personally, I'm going to stick to the big airlines. And again, you guys, it's normal. They got the money to do it, so they're going to do it. But if it's a must, let's make sure we're prepared, because being prepared could have probably have had them saved, or maybe at least a couple of them saved. Who knows what could have happened had they had the proper equipment, had they not even flown and took the advice of the airlines in the weather. You know, they recommended not flying that day. So I don't know, again, what went into that decision that made that pilot, and I'm going to assume he probably felt it was okay because he is very experienced. Well, so he may have felt, you know, obviously he had to have felt it was okay, because why would he opt to hop on that plane?
Not only that, but he had his daughter on the plane, so he had to feel safe. And they said that this helicopter was equipped with 2 engines. So I mean, if one engine failed, there was a backup engine. So this helicopter was like top of the line helicopter.
Yeah. So how do you kind of get over that, you guys? I mean, I'm sure his wife will come out, his family will come out and make some statements after, you know, they're ready to. This is a game changer for everyone. So can you guys imagine how his personal loved ones, his other children, you guys can't forget about them, the family of the other passengers, the families, you guys, they're gonna, this is just the beginning of a very new start, transition. And I could imagine being in their places right now. So the least we can do is support the legacy, and keep in mind the other passengers, and just keep his name and his daughter's name alive, and carry what he would want us to carry on. And that's always doing the right thing, you guys. No matter what gets in your way, no matter what it is, stay steady, keep your mind focused. If they're not getting out your way, run them over, okay? Because life is definitely too short to not take opportunities, to not take chances, and to not keep it positive. Like, we're all entitled to a bad day, okay?
Yeah, and this incident really hits home to everybody, and it just shows everyone, you know, life is short, you know, and you really got to live the best life you can live. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how big a celeb you are. None of that matters when it comes to God's plan, or, you know.
And that's just it. You know, the conspiracy theories that I've been seeing. You guys, let's just get over that. The fact of the matter is, before we're here, everything's planned out for us. So this is just kind of a dent in the path for us to kind of take as a value, you know, take it in, and don't take things for granted. This man was very successful. He had all the money in the world. I mean, he didn't need for anything, want for anything. Happiness was at an all-time high, positiveness, all-time high. But at the end of the day, take every day as a new beginning, a new chance. don't take it for granted. Don't take your loved ones for granted. If you don't speak to someone, love them from a distance. Send them a text and say, hey, I'm just letting you know I love you. I'm thinking about you. You know, you never really know when that day is here. And when it's here, I'm going to be honest, I got a whole list of standing room only people. If you can't love me while I'm here, don't love me when I'm gone. So, you know, you guys just grasp reality. Because when this first happened, I was like, dang, you know, are they serious? Is this like The Onion? Or, you know, it really did not like hit me at first. And then when I thought about it, I was like, wow, like.
It didn't even feel real, you know, when you
like,
heard the news.
We took a big loss. His daughter will not have
oh my goodness
the life that she dreamed of. She wanted to be just like her dad. He was there to support her, probably 200,000% there to support her. Not only that, he just finished his career. He just retired. Him and his wife are probably going to go live a great life, and he's worked hard up until the time that he got drafted. You guys, this man had some things.
So how many? So what? He got about 4 good years of retirement before he.
Which I think he put all into his family.
Yeah.
So on top of that, you know,
he definitely focused on his daughter. How do you say her name? Gianna. Gianna. Yeah.
So you guys,
took a big interest in her.
He did. You know, her smile so big when you see their pictures. You guys can see the bond. There's no way you cannot see that bond.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a bond that was an unbreakable bond. And he was a good dad, and he was a good coach. And he was there for her 150%. I mean, he really wanted to see her do big things. And I honestly think she would have did them big things with him by her side.
Yeah, you know, she definitely had potential from what I hear. He was not in no hurry to rush her training. He said every day he would teach her something new. He said he had a 5-year plan for her and how he wanted to train her, and that's what he was doing. And he was very involved with the whole basketball team. And one of the other players, her name was Alyssa. One of the other teammates of her team was also in that helicopter.
Yeah,
her and her mother.
Family, yep.
And and her family, and they also passed away. And it was 9 people in total.
And I think they did leave a child behind, actually.
Yeah, I believe so.
The little girl, Alyssa's
I believe
mom.
I believe there's one other
so
child.
So you guys, there's some people really going through it right now. You know, can you imagine the way we feel right now? And this is someone that
just researching this.
Right. As humans, we get used to things and people and places. And he was a used to person, you know, and we never thought we would see this day where he wouldn't be here. Even if he wasn't playing basketball anymore, you guys, and he wasn't in the headlights for making 81 points in the game, he still was someone who was in our household as we were children. In 96, I was like 14, 13.
Yeah, I was in high school at the time, and he was about 2 years younger than me. But he, you know, everybody knew who he was. He was in an episode of the Brandy. What was that show Brandy used to do? Brandy, or I don't.
Brandy, I think it was called Brandy.
Well, I remember, you know, he was so big as a baller in high school. He had a guest appearance on her TV show, and I remember seeing him then. It's like, wow, this kid is gonna grow up to be amazing. You know,
take a look back if you guys get a chance at some of his clips from then. The way that he looks then now, like, I mean, it doesn't seem when you see him now like things have changed or time has gone by, but you will see the difference. So he has been around a good 20 years. I mean, or plus. So you guys, we did take a big loss. I just want you guys to kind of not get sidetracked with all the other things that they're the negative part of this, because there is no negative part of this. To me, nobody would deserve leaving the world this way, I guess, per se.
You know, people say people have said that his loss was almost greater than Michael Jackson's. The way,
and I
mean
crazy.
That's kind of crazy, but I mean, people say people have been really taking it hard.
But it goes to show you guys again, we're back to you're nobody till somebody kills you. It should not be like that. You guys support people while they're here. If you know somebody that you can help out, monetary is not the only way you can help people. There is support you guys can give in so many different ways. Take your time out if you see somebody or you notice somebody that's not acting normal. Give them some words of encouragement, you guys. You never know where these people might be. These might be these people that never tell you guys what's going on in their personal life. They may seem like the happiest person to you, and you would never know that they're down and out when they go home and they take off their work uniform and they turn into this big mess. So you guys always do your best to try to uplift, encourage, empower, stay positive, be humble within yourself.
Because you just never know when that person's last day.
Regret. Sometimes it can be a good thing, I guess. It's a very complex issue, but regret is not a feeling that I want to carry around. So I try to live every day, and I don't want to carry the weight of any regret, bad regret on my shoulder. So there are things you regret that are good. There are things that are bad. I only want the good regret. I don't want the bad regret. So I try to treat people in a certain way. I try to treat everybody, you never know. You never really know these days. I mean, it's still kind of unrealistic that he is not with us anymore.
Kobe, did you know he had a total of 4 daughters?
All
His
daughters,
oldest,
yep.
yeah, his oldest is 17 years old, and his youngest is 7 months.
Aww.
Yeah, so
Poor
he
baby,
left
man.
behind. He left behind a little baby. If you guys like this video so far, go ahead and show us some love. Hit that love button. Hit the wow button. Do something. Show us some
Interact.
things you like
Say
it.
something.
Share. Leave a comment if you guys have anything you want to say about this terrible incident.
That's one thing I
Feel
want to
free
tell
to
you
comment,
guys. This group, you guys, our thing is, if you can't keep it real, at least keep it raw. We want to hear from you guys. We want your feedback. We want your interaction. We want to know what you guys want to hear about. We want your comments. We'll help you answer your questions. If you guys ask us a question, if we can't answer it, we will make sure we get the answer. I just want you guys to interact. You guys have been great showing support on this page. The positiveness is at an all-time high. And I want to thank you guys for that. You guys never know who's looking out for you, who is looking for your post. If you come in this group and you might post every day, the girl next door might get up looking forward to your post every day. She might not say much. So you guys, please let us know. Let us know what you guys want to hear. Feel free to drop your memes. Make your comments, ask your questions. You guys can also PM. It doesn't have to, if you don't want to talk out loud. If there's topics you think are hot and we're not touching base and you guys want to hear that, let us know. Give us the feedback, ask questions, interact, uplift, empower, and just help keep this group growing. You guys are doing a great job at it so far. And I just want to say thank you guys, and let's continue keeping it this way and keep it positive so we can have an open group, and let's all just agree to disagree. We don't have to argue because your opinions may not be the same.
You guys got any comments, anything, any memories you have about Kobe, anything Kobe did to inspire you? Feel free to leave that comment letting us know how Kobe, impacted your life. One of the big things when all this went down for me was, what possibly can go through your head when this is happening to you and your child. I feel like a lot of people kind of felt that way too when in this situation. Like, what could be in his head at that point when you can't protect your 13-year-old daughter?
What he did? The only thing he probably possibly could do was grab her. Because at that point, you're probably thinking, okay, he knew. She may not have really realized. God will protect you too sometimes and shield you from that. So I'm going to assume the only expression he probably could give to not scare her was to grab her and hold her. At
and
that
just
point,
tell her
what other
everything was
choice?
going to be okay,
And then them leaving together. I mean, on the right side of things, you can't say he left her side one time. He literally was at that little girl's side from day one. But all I can say is he probably grabbed her, and he knew what time it was, and that was all he had to do. That was all he could do.
Yeah.
At that point, so
they said a helicopter was coming down pretty fast.
and it hit.
You
That
seen
was
that? I
it.
couldn't
That's how
find that.
low behind the ground. That's how low. So that's why I'm assuming the weather had to have been bad. Otherwise, they would have never been that low to begin with.
Yeah,
They would have had more turns
they did say that a lot of witnesses said it was very low.
because they were probably foggy.
But here's the thing, that they didn't have the device that would have told them to pull up. There's a device on a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
planes and helicopters that let you know when you're too low to the ground.
it'll tell you to
And
take your seatbelt off.
and the FAA, I believe, did not require the smaller helicopters to have this safety equipment.
Which I'm sure that'll be changed
Oh,
now
yeah.
that we've lost some people
Yeah, they're probably going to
due
change
to
some.
that. But I'm gonna assume the last flight I took, we went pretty low, and every time, and it was due to the weather. The vision wasn't clear, so the pilot did tell us, to release your seatbelts. We're going below radar, like we need to go lower because of the fog. When it's just not clear and they can't see. That's why I'm assuming it hit as close as if you see the I'm gonna have to find it for you because when you see the helicopter literally only went maybe 5-6 times around before it hit. So that tells me right there alone it was very low already. So that lets me know right there that by being low, the vision was not clear. The cloud, it was probably very foggy. So in order to avoid that, they tried to go beneath and go lower. Once it spiraled out of control, it didn't have much room to play with before it hit the ground, you guys. So, if you guys are on a plane,
They said the
honestly,
clouds were thick,
they'll
too.
run down all the rules of it. If this happens, if that happens, look, I'm gonna be honest. All that's out the door. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably just gonna.
Well, you gotta get your gas mask.
Yeah, like it's a lot of steps. I'm like, shouldn't we be practicing this for like 2 days before we take off?
Don't they even say to put yourself in a ball position, your body?
Yeah, they will tell you not to.
To sustain the impact, or.
And now they're coming out with windowless flights. Can you imagine that?
Wait, what?
Windowless flights. So when you're in the air, like it's gonna look like everything is all window, like all open area. I don't know. That's kind of.
Wait, windowless, meaning no windows in the whole plane?
It's gonna be pretty much like the view is gonna be like how you have the little window, how everybody argues over they want the window spot.
Yeah.
Don't worry, because you're all gonna have it pretty soon because they're coming out with.
Why would they do that? That sounds like they give me claustrophobia.
It's almost the Jetson days. All we need is flying cars, you guys. When I was little, I remember saying, we're going to have robots doing this and that, and look at what we have now. And it's just all see-through. So you can see, like, the seats, and it's just, like, all window. So it's not literally windowless, per se. So you're not going to be flying in the air with the window down. But the whole plane will look like glass. You guys don't have to worry about arguing over the window, flighting over the window seat. My daughter really likes the window seat. I don't really care. I just want to get there and get done. But you guys, I do think you guys go take a look at the video of the flight coming down if you have not seen the helicopter, and you'll see that it didn't have very many spins and it was spinning out of control fast at a rapid pace.
Yeah, they're investigating this whole thing, and they're even asking witnesses who took photos to show those photos. Because they want to know what they want to see from the photos, what the weather was like.
They're probably gonna,
so
reconstruct the whole scene. Then is what I'm gonna say because when it gets that serious like that, and if they do have witnesses, I mean, I really want to know what this pilot was really thinking in his head to think that it was okay to go.
We don't even know what was said because there was no black box, no sound recording.
For the best, though, huh?
Yeah, but
at least family, I guess, because it would have been leaked out by now.
But at least with some kind of sound recording device, if something did go wrong, at least we would have an idea of why this happened.
Yeah.
So now all we can do is just speculate that it was weather related, and the clouds were thick, and it was a lot of fog, and that's all we got to go off of. We don't know if there was some issues within the helicopter.
That is true.
I know they say normally 2 pilots will fly a helicopter like this.
Really?
Yeah, but in this case, there was only the 1 pilot.
I wonder why that is, too. See, all this is questionable. And I mean, like I said, you guys, everybody does, there's a lot of people that are saying, oh, it's a conspiracy. And they're saying, well, he was going to buy this station, ABC, or he was going to do something that he was going to
was he?
I don't even know what station. He was going to do something, and it was going to be a major move. So they're like conspiracy theory with that. Conspiracy theory with the.
So what? Like somebody could tamper with the plane, the helicopter?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. So as humans, you guys, we need to realize not everything's a conspiracy theory. I don't think this is a joke at all. I don't think this is a way to go out. I don't think anybody wants their name remembered behind something like this. So honestly, you guys, I really think this was just God's calling, and this is how it went. And
yeah, I just think they shouldn't have been in the air with the weather and.
Period. And that's the question. We all gotta like, why did this pilot decide to go? Like, if you've seen nobody else was taking off.
Yeah, he was. I think he started struggling once he got. They said he got up to 1,400 feet, and he's at that point he started realizing how foggy it was, how thick the clouds were.
So that brings us
and
back
I
to,
think he
was
started
he aware?
struggling.
Did he know all along this was probably going to happen once he got in that air? And by his experience,
Yeah, I don't think
did he
knew
know, like, okay, now I'm up here, what am I going to do? Because now I know what's going to happen now. I should have never came up here.
Yeah.
And there we go, because as you see the plane coming down, I'm not kidding you guys, I'm going to say maybe I'll give it a little leeway, okay? Maybe 8 spins, if that. Fast, quick spins around before it hit the ground. So that lets us know there was there had to be bad weather, because he was already below radar.
Yeah, the weather was definitely bad. Air traffic control, was heard telling the pilot that they were too low for level for, they call it flight following, when they were just too low to follow the path or something. And that's at that point that pilot, was trying to look for a path to follow in the air because of the fog. He couldn't see anything else, so he looked for the highway, and with that fog and the thick clouds, he was struggling. He said that helicopter descended very quickly, and it dropped off the radar.
It did. I'm telling you, in the area
said
that
it
it
dropped
fell in,
off
when
the
you look
radar.
at the replay of it, if you see the area, it almost looks like it was an area of like all like rock
Really?
and like grassland. Where it hit. So like, even if there was some water that they probably landed in, maybe there would have been a chance of survival for someone. But honestly, you guys, it went out of control from what I looked at. The quick spins and how fast it hit and how close to the ground it was. That's why I was only able to do them little spins that it did do, because it was already so close, and once it hit, it did actually explode. So instantly, I want to say, because you see it in the video, like it was just spiraling out of control.
Have you guys heard any other stories about what could have happened with Kobe Bryant's helicopter? Feel free to leave your comment of what you guys heard happen, and chime in on this conversation. We're coming up on an hour, so we're going to be wrapping it up soon. So please, if you guys think anyone else will find this to be an interesting topic, share this video out to people and like this video. And chime in on the conversation, you guys.
Subscribe, you guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us as well on Facebook. They said that this pilot had he had like one of the best safety records in the helicopter industry. They said that he was had never had any issues
I gotta
flying.
say, he probably felt it was safe, and he made a bad call.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say he probably realized it when he got in the air, and that's why he went low so fast. But by the time he did all that, there was probably nothing he could do. He already made a mistake of going.
I honestly think he was struggling up there in the air when he realized that he did not have control of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no visibility. They said that he might have went off on GPS. I think he could have went on autopilot GPS and just try to follow those coordinates within that.
Can you imagine trying to follow the highway from the air, though?
Yeah.
Do you know how little everything looks when you're up in that sky?
They're trained.
It looks literally like a.
But can you imagine if that was his only visibility? Crazy. How tough that would have been.
I realize, you guys, he's a celebrity. But this really did touch home. And like I said, for Wisconsin, Racine, Milwaukee, we do have Karan Butler here. We do have a lot of people that have met Kobe Bryant in real life. We don't know what parts these people played in his life. He's been in our homes since '96 and be a little bit before that. Let's just help keep his legacy alive. Let's keep it positive. Let's do what he would want us to do, and that would keep ourselves steady, keep ourselves on the right track no matter what. Don't worry about what reputation brings, because he knows. He was very secure. That's another thing about him. He was very secure within who he was, what he was doing in life, where he was going in life.
Definitely.
Several things did try to bring him down. He did not allow them to bring him down. So when you guys keep a mindset like that, he doesn't want to see us sad for him. He wants to see us keep his name alive in the right manner. And I think that's the least we could do with this whole situation, from his daughter to her friend's parents, to the rest of the passengers, to the pilot, you guys. Keep them in our prayers. Keep the families in our prayers, because I can only imagine. I not even begin to feel how they feel. And honestly, I have not heard any one of the families speak out. I've heard a lot of stuff about them, but as far as them actually speaking out, it's probably going to take time.
Yeah, I definitely think, the family's still trying to process everything. He did have a 3 years old as well as a 7-month-old. So
can you imagine that baby looking for her dad every day to come home, or that 3-year-old especially, because at that age,
I think her name is Capri, the 7-month-old. So he had 2 little ones.
Yeah, and the 7-month-old, you guys,
she don't even understand.
She's gonna depend on all these memories that people have. That's how she's gonna know her dad, is through memories, his legacy, researching, watching videos, the stories people have to tell. If you guys got a story to tell, you guys can go live in the group too. If you guys aren't scared to go live, go live. Go ahead, leave us some comments, ask questions, interact, share some videos, some memories. Let us know how he impacted your life.
Exactly, you guys. Even when, we're going to wrap this video up, but when this video is over, feel free to leave comments on what Kobe did to inspire you and how he had an impact in your life. And I know for a lot of kids growing up, the NBA is a huge dream for so many.
It is.
And Kobe Bryant, is one of those people that made that dream possible for so many young kids coming up in the world, and knowing that since Kobe did it, they can do it as well. Yeah. I mean, this kid was drafted right out of high school, 18 years old. So
show the little ones that book, you guys, that Dear Basketball. Kind of gives you a little look into how he kind of got started without so many words.
Well, Kobe also wrote a book called Legacy and the Queen that was inspired by his daughters. So look for that book, Legacy and the Queen, written by Kobe, and that was inspired by his daughters. So check that book out. But you guys, it's been about an hour, so we have got to wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Thanks, you guys, for joining. As always, I really appreciate you guys coming through, showing your support, you guys. Go over to the YouTube channel, subscribe to YouTube, and get on there so that you guys will not miss another episode on YouTube when we go live on there. Hit that alerter bell so that you are notified when we're live. And if you're not in our Facebook group yet, join our group. It's Raw Topic Live. And follow us on Facebook as well, you guys. So, you guys, we are getting out of here. But remember, you guys, if you can't come real,
at least keep it raw.